Everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Look at me already forgetting the name. It is not Ostella. It is the challenge chat until we have our TV shows back to watch. Today's topic of conversation is I listened to Danny's interview that was conducted by Drew. Shout out to Drew, Angel Cake Entertainment. I hope you all, I know you all already watched that interview. It was a good interview with Danny. And I changed my mind about a couple of things. So that's the topic of conversation for tonight. Many of you all have already been in the DMs. Thank you so much. Number one, I apologize for not advertising. I forgot. I will advertise now. The Sunday night challenge chat will be about season 39. The few cast members that have already been made public. I'm going to give you my 2 cents about it. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't want to talk about it tonight because you know I will get thrown off. So we're going to talk about Danny's interview tonight. Sunday night will be season 39. And I'm just going to throw these challenge chats out there whenever I have a topic. You all always DM me good topics. When you send me some good information, we'll talk about it. So Sunday night, 6 p.m. will be season 39. Tonight, we're just going to talk about the few things that stuck out to me with Danny's interview. But before we get into all of that, hey Glenda, hey Miguel, hey Dan. Before we get into all that, let's take care of a few, I guess, items of business. Like the video. I have to do this in the beginning because sometimes we get to talking too much. People don't listen to the whole thing because you know we can get to talking. But like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000. I'm on my road to 1,000. So I have good challenge content. I usually talk about all of the competition shows. We have a good time over here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And once I hit 1,000, we will have 1,000 subscriber party. We're going to have a good time. So second piece of news, let me grab the picture. Amber and Chauncey had their baby, and this is a beautiful little chubby cheek baby. I love chubby cheek babies. A beautiful little girl. Her name is Sunny Fox Palmer. Congratulations, Amber and Chauncey. Like, beautiful baby. I don't want to say love. You know, people say love. I like you all as a couple. Like, I really do like Amber and Chauncey. Congratulations on your family. I think Chauncey is one of the names floating out there for 39. We ain't gonna get into that. I just said that real quick, but congratulations to them. Really, really beautiful baby. And I like the name Sunny Fox. That's a cute name. I knew they would have a beautiful baby, so that was already out there. Yes, beautiful baby. Where do you watch Danny's interview? I watched, Danny did a lot of interviews, but I said this last week, I only listen to interviews on YouTube. I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts. So I listen to Drew, and you know, I'm a follower of Drew's content. So once I saw that interview with Danny go up, I was right there. That interview went up maybe a week and a half ago. But I saved it for this week to talk about. So if you haven't watched the interview that I'm getting ready to speak on, it's on Angel Cake Entertainment. And that's Drew. And I know a lot of you all follow Drew. So I hope you all watched it. But if not, I don't feel like I'm getting ready to spill a lot of tea. It's just a couple of things that Danny said that changed my mind a little bit about this final for the global. Hey, Miguel, you finally made it back. I know the 39 discussion is on Sunday, but all I'll say is the cast is definitely a cast. Well, the information that I got on season 39, because some of it, I've seen a couple of rumor casts out there, and a couple of them I know for sure are false. Because some of them have Horacio on it, and Horacio already said he wasn't going to be there. But I will say this. And y'all don't get me sidetracked. Don't get me sidetracked. We're going to talk about this Sunday. I will say this about what I've seen so far. If the cast is really the cast that I've seen so far, I'm excited to see what they will do. Because what I've seen so far, I don't see anybody who's been on repeatedly over and over and over again. I don't see a majority friendship alliance. So I'm excited to see what these people will do without a whole bunch of OGs friendships paying everybody $50,000 if they just make it to the end. I'm excited to see what happens. But let's save that for Sunday. Remember, Sunday, 6 p.m., season 39. Hey, Dr. Ivy, Zuda. Let's get into the conversation at hand, and that is the interview with Danny. Danny spoke to Drew. Drew asked a lot of good questions. Danny, for the most part, he said he's not going to trash anybody. He's not going to trash the show. He is willing to come back, but not anytime soon. So, like, I don't expect to see Danny maybe a couple of seasons go by, maybe when, because he said he worked still within football. He doesn't play, but he still works within the NFL somewhere. So it's football season coming up, summer training, and then So I don't expect to see Danny anytime soon, but I do expect to see Danny again. So I got that from the interview. Another thing Danny said that I want to point out real quick before I get into the tea that he dropped about this final, he spoke a little bit about Nelson's situation, and pretty much what I got, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Please go listen to the interview for yourself. But what I got from that is he's trying to tell people who play these challenges, play to win now. Because that was a question that floated around that Tori put out there, like, oh, you got to play because you want to be able to come back and you want to be able to have these relationships and be able to make it to the final another time. So you kind of got to play with your friends and build relationships. And Danny was like, forget all that. You see what just happened to Nelson. Like, we are praying for a speedy recovery for Nelson. And we're not saying by any means he's at fault for any of this. He was just pretty much saying, God willing, or not God willing, but you never know when anything can happen to you at any moment of time. Anything, you can get in a car accident. You just never know. And you just always have to, and I ain't about to go too religious, but you always have to thank God for his covering, because any day what happened to Nelson can happen to any one of us. Any one of us. And so he was just pretty much saying, you got to play for today. You're not guaranteed to even be here to come back for 39, 40, 41, USA 3, 5, 6, 7, whatever they're going to do with these challenges. You never know what may come up in your life where you could be taken out by accident. And, he did say he's in football. That injury of Nelson's, he's not coming back anytime soon. We all pray that he will come back. We want to see Nelson back, but he may not be back to like 42, 43, 45. We don't know. Like, he was still posting from the hospital that, he got an infection. And so now he's recovering from the injury, but now he has to go back for it. Like, I really pray for Nelson. And I'm not even saying that. Like, when I see Nelson update what he puts on Instagram, I stop for about 30 seconds and send him up a quick prayer, because like he said, it could happen to any one of us. And we have to just thank God every day when we make it home safely. And like Danny said, play for today, because the next season isn't guaranteed for you. And it's one thing to play with your friends, but you can't have a million ride or dies. And so let's get right into it. The first thing Danny said that I thought was interesting is he said Tori had two number ones. KC was her number one and Jordan was her number one. And he kept saying they kept having all these stalemates because Tori refused to say which one was her number one and which one was her number two. Because if it ever came to a scenario like the last scenario that Sarah had, to do, where it's three people you got to pick from, and Sarah had Danny, Emily, and then what's Sarah's partner? He had Kaz damn it, I forgot his name, and I like him, Theo. Theo had Cass. So it's kind of like we both can save somebody, but you can't save both of them. And I just have to throw my person in, Sarah, because Sarah was his number one. And he was like, you got to be able to pick between Jordan and KC if it ever comes down to a point where we have to pick. You can't say both of these are my number ones. Now, one thing I thought was interesting is Danny said if it ever came down to it, Sarah would. He was honest. He was like, Sarah would go in because he said it's me over Sarah any day. Like he did say if Tori really, 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 put her foot down and wouldn't pick between KC and Jordan, that Sarah would be going in because he was like, I ain't going in for nobody. We ain't doing one of them Zach and Amanda's. No. Like, I'm sorry, Sarah, but this my partner. She being a bitch or whatever. I ain't going in for you. So I thought that right there was unfair that she couldn't even say Jordan my number one and KC is number two. Like, I feel like it's not reasonable to go into a game like this and have all your friends be your number one. Like, I refuse to say. I know Danny wish he didn't pick Tori. He did address that Kiki, him and Kiki did not know the format of the show before it was out there, and Kiki wasn't like pick Janae and Tori as a partner, so it wasn't like they knew what the format of the show would be. But he said before he came out there, he was a fan of Tori's. Like, Tori was really cool. He met Tori at some kind of club event somewhere, I forgot, but like she came up, like he said Tori is a really cool person, and what you see in the game isn't really who she is. And like he was really a fan of hers because they were a fan of the challenge before he even went on Survivor. And so I was like, okay, wow, like him and his wife really watched the show. Though I think he said Kiki is the super fan. Right, exactly. Danny wasn't playing about his money. I wouldn't play about, I wouldn't play about my money either, but but I believe that. And one thing Danny said is he ain't got no beef with Tori. Like, he wouldn't want to be partners with her again. And he definitely said if Tori and Jordan were ever on another show together, they need to be on the same team or they need to be partners because nobody else should have to deal with their foolishness. And I agree. But he says he don't harbor anything against them. But like he said, he about his money. He wasn't there for Jordan. He said it from the beginning. We got to get Jordan up out of here. And I do believe if Jordan wasn't there, Tori and Danny could have won. And I do believe, I'm about to get into it, I do believe Tori threw it to Jordan. After listening to Drew's interview, Danny didn't say it, but based on what Danny said, I said, oh yeah, Tori threw this. And not necessarily, I got some Moscato, y'all. Not necessarily threw it like, oh, I'm going to make sure I'm going to twist my ankle so Jordan, like, she just wasn't doing anything to help her partner win. Now let's get into the final. Did y'all listen to the interview? If y'all didn't, I guess I'm telling y'all tea. That pisses me off about Tori. How are you gonna ride for KC when you know damn well KC would have voted you into elimination as many times as she could have? Jordan would have too, honest, quiet as it's kept. Jordan would have voted her ass too. That's why he said what he said about Nelson. You can't be out here playing for your friends. You can't be out here playing for your friends. You have to play for the win while you there. Tori, you could have been a back-to-back champion if you were really playing for the win. Oh Lord, you done called Tori a bitch. Kaz would still beat Tori. I ain't gonna say that's allegedly. I don't know what nobody put in their body. I'm not gonna allegedly on that last comment. But anyway, let's get into what he said about the final. He said majority of the final was cut out. I didn't understand why they spent 30 minutes on that choo-choo train theme instead of showing us all the stuff we missed, because we missed a lot. He said the first thing they did was have to hike up a trail climb a waterfall to get puzzle pieces, climb back down the waterfall, and solve a puzzle. And I think he said from the beginning, I don't think he ever said him and Tori were ever in a first place position, but they were always on Jordan and Kaz's heels, because I think he said in the beginning it was Casey and Troy who were in the beginning, and then you know what happened to Casey. Her body just gave out. Now I was giving, y'all didn't give Casey no slack last week. I said, Casey did just do an elimination the night of the final, so she did just exert a lot of energy in that hall brawl, because Emily was not an easy win. But y'all said, no, that don't count. But anyway, so we missed the whole waterfall, and I would have loved to see the moment of them climbing the waterfall, just the dramatics and the scenery, the cinematography. Like, I would have loved to see the waterfall moment, even if y'all could have chopped that up in 5 minutes, especially if everybody was right on each other's heels. But I guess they felt like that wasn't too exciting. They didn't show us the waterfall. Then they said after the waterfall, they went into the loops of hell. And Danny's whole point of telling everyone how hard this final was, because he didn't want anyone to think they didn't do a hard final. And I was like, Danny, based on what I seen from them loops of hell, that would seem like a hard final to me. 20 miles running, that sounded hard to me. But no, he was like, no, we had to climb up this waterfall first. Okay, we saw the loops of hell. I don't think he broke down. The next piece of tea he told us after that is, I believe somebody else said it on Twitter, that they couldn't find a vein for KC. And that's really why she broke down the second day. She didn't get an IV. So the other two people, I believe it was Danny and Kaz, got their IV, but KC never got an IV because they couldn't find a vein. So I can understand really why Casey was probably extremely dehydrated that next day. And I think somebody said on Twitter, and I ain't necessarily agree, y'all could put it out here in the chat, in the comments. They said since KC wasn't able to get her IV, they couldn't find a vein, everybody should have turned down the IV. And I said, not me. It ain't our fault. And who's to say we didn't already have the IV in our arm while they still sitting around poking KC? And so now we're supposed to snatch it up out of our arm because we can't find a vein? No, what they said, one partner could have got it. Troy could have got it, and it would have still equally been as fair. But it really helps explain, why KC was cramping up and why her body kind of got dehydrated and kind of shut down a lot more on the second day. She wasn't able to get her IV. The second thing he said was, because, I'm a little bit shady. I was like, I want to see somebody get shocked by them callers. I want to see somebody fall asleep and get a buzz like, ooh. I just wanted to see it. I'm a mess. I wanted to see it. But I'm with you, Glenda. I ain't turning down nothing for Casey. So what happened? He said, they didn't say it on the show, but if you fell asleep, you had to eat 2 ghost peppers along with getting shocked. Was it? Damn it, I forgot. Y'all know I ain't take no notes. I can't remember if you, say if Danny fell asleep, if Tori had to eat the ghost pepper, if Danny, or if both. But some kind of way, if somebody fell asleep, somebody had to eat a ghost pepper. And Danny said, Tori, if you fall asleep, that's it. We gonna quit because I ain't eating no ghost pepper. Because remember on All Stars when Darrell and Jimmy and all of them shut down because they had to eat them ghost peppers before they could finish the final, and everybody got really, really sick and it really tore their stomach up. So Danny said that's why they all helped each other stay up with the ice and the water fights and the stuff like that, because nobody wanted to eat a ghost pepper. Nobody wanted to see anybody else eat a ghost pepper. So that's why they fought hard together to make sure everybody stayed up. So my dramatic evil self was like, damn, I want to see somebody get shocked. I didn't know because he was like, I would have got shocked all night, but he was like, I'm not eating no ghost peppers. So that was the thing with everybody staying up all night. There was ghost peppers involved, and they didn't say that on the TV show, and I wish they would have, because it really would have helped us see, like, yeah, they fighting to stay up because they ain't about to eat them ghost peppers. So I wish they would just explain the whole game. I wish they really would. Now there was another moment on a boat in a canoe. I forgot about that, but let's get to the bicycles. He addressed the next day when they had to do something on the bicycles, and Tori had this fear of bikes because I guess when she was younger, she had a really bad bicycling accident, and he said she would try, but because they were in dirt or some kind of sand, the back wheel would. I ain't no biker, so I don't. I'm just used to the kiddie bikes where you just get on there and go. But he said something about the wheels would spin out on their own, and so she got really scared, and she would keep getting on, jumping off, getting on, jumping off, and that's how he said that's how they lost so much of their lead. And he was like, Jordan and them was already so far ahead because of that bicycling thing. So you know me, my memory not that good, but I'm really sitting here thinking like, Tori has been on so many challenges. Have they ever rode bikes before? Because this is brand new information for me. I never knew Tori had a fear of bikes. So I'm like, man, Angie, I really can't remember. I know they've ridden bikes before, but I don't know if Tori has. But it just seems so strange. Like, if you have this fear of a bike, why not you and your partner just say, let's get these bikes and run it then? Like, instead of, because I feel like it's slower to get on the bike, get off the bike, like, oh, I'm scared, have a breakdown. Just say, I don't do bikes. Let's just grab this bike and run it out. Because he did say Tori is an amazing athlete and she has an amazing endurance. So if you know your partner and you know yourself have this amazing endurance, why not just run it? Why go through all these dramatics of jumping on and off a bike? I don't know, but that was the first part of the interview that made me go, because it just seems strange. We've seen Tori do so much. It seems strange. But here's the part that made me change my mind to be like, yeah, she wasn't trying to win. So we all know they had that weird slide puzzle with the circle in the middle, whatever. And he said they were already so far behind because they were in last, because Casey and Troy made it to the slide puzzle before them. And he said when they got there, Casey was laid out on the ground, because we know by the end of this final, Casey body was really in shutdown mode. But I already gave kudos to Casey for at least finishing, because I thought she was going to quit. But she finished it. So Casey was already laid out in shutdown mode, and they were sitting there, and Danny said that was one of the hardest puzzles they ever seen. Like, they couldn't figure it out. And so Troy came up to them and like, look, I know how to, figure this out. Let me tell you how to do it. And, I could tell you how to do the puzzle and y'all could go on, because I guess Troy kind of knew KC gonna be on the ground for a minute, let her be on the ground. We already lost this. Let me show you how to do this puzzle. And so Danny was like, yeah, show me how to do the puzzle, because they looked up and they said they could still see Jordan climbing the mountain, and they thought at the top of the mountain was the wind. They didn't know you had to come back down, or did Tori? I don't know, because see what Tori said to Troy, which is complete bullshit to me. I don't want to do the final and have somebody help me. That's not how you do it, is having somebody tell you the answer. We're going to figure this out ourselves. So she turned down Troy telling them how to complete the puzzle, because Danny was like, yeah, give us the answer, because because he thinking we could run up there, even though they probably weren't gonna run up there and catch Jordan anyway, but he was like, we could still run up there and be second or whatever. So Tori turned it down and was like, no, I don't want to know the answer to the puzzle. So then they still clicking and clacking them puzzle pieces. They can't figure it out, because we all know Tori ain't no puzzle master. Her partner Devin is the puzzle master. But anyway, They clicking and clacking, sliding them things around. They can't figure it out. They see Jordan and Kaz coming back down. So now they know, okay, the top isn't the finish line. They have to go up and come back down and do something else. So now they really trying to figure it out. And they said finally when Jordan got back to the bottom, Jordan confirmed, you have to go up there. I forgot what they had to do, put the little thing in there, and you have to come back down and run back to TJ to win. So Jordan told Tori how to figure out the puzzle. That's why I knew it. When I was watching the TV show, I said, why is Tori the one solving this puzzle? Tori isn't a puzzle master. How did she figure this out? I knew it when I saw it. I said, Tori don't do puzzles. Danny said when Jordan came back down, after he done ran all the way up and all the way back down, he told Tori how to do the puzzle. And that's why we saw Tori on the final click, 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 put it together like she knew how to do it all along. And I'm like, Tori, I thought you wanted to figure it out yourself. So did you purposely say, no, we're going to give Jordan and Cass a huge head start. We're going to sit here and click clack these puzzle pieces. Troy ain't going to tell us nothing. Just so you know, ain't nobody about to run up and down the mountain and catch Jordan. Maybe you might would have caught them running up. Like if they would have listened to Troy, maybe you might would have caught them running up. It could have been a little bit closer. But no, she waited for him to run up and down the mountain. And y'all saw how big that mountain was, and then let Jordan help her, and then they ran up and down the mountain. But they already knew, like once Jordan was back at the bottom, they have to run a half a mile to TJ, and it was over. So that's when I said, I changed my mind. I said Tori was not trying to win. And definitely by the end, she made sure Jordan won it because she see her best friend, Casey, if that's even her best friend, alleged best friend, Casey, laid out on the ground. Casey she ain't about to do nothing. So she was like, yeah, we just going to sit here and slide puzzle pieces around until we know for sure Jordan won, and then we could figure out the puzzle. I would have cussed her out. I would have said, Troy can't tell us, Jordan can't tell us. We all going to sit here at this puzzle for 30 hours. But that was it. She put the puzzle together. They ran up and down the mountain. They came in second. It is what it is. We don't know if Jordan shared any of the money with Tori, but he damn sure ain't give Danny none. He did not give Danny any money. And that's when Danny was just like, he never wants to do this again with teams. He never wants to be in a situation where Jordan and Tori are on opposite teams. Like if they're going to do it together, put them on the same team because nobody wants to put up with that. And I agree. And he also kind of hinted that it's more to the relationship than we think. And that was just a little hint that I picked up, and I could have been reading a little bit too much into it. But that was the interview, and that was the tea that he spilled. I thought it was some good tea. I thought it was a really good interview. I'm happy he told his side of the story because I've said it a million times, and I guess this will be the last time I say it. I'm going to let it go because whatever it was called, the global championship is over. But I really feel like I would have loved to see how this game would have turned out without the MTV people there. Like what they call them, the OGs, the vets, whatever they call them, if it would have been MVPs only, I would have loved to see how this game would have shook out. I really would. I forgot what he said about Theo and Sarah. He said something about Sarah had really bad like stomach flu or food poisoning. Like at some point, like he said Sarah was so far behind, and he said that's why when they were doing the loops of hell, he told Tori, we don't have to full shot this. We need to pace ourselves because if we use up all of our energy now, we won't be able to catch anybody later. Like we need to just pace ourselves, go at our own pace. And he said The reason why you saw Tori so far in the front is because as soon as TJ said go, she went to running with Jordan and Cass. Like she wanted to be at their pace, and he kind of held back. And it wasn't really Theo, it was Sarah, because I think he said he just was worried about Sarah. That's his homegirl. And she had to take like bathroom breaks in the bushes because she had really bad food poisoning, and I guess she had really bad diarrhea. And I kind of feel like that's why Sarah, like once Theo twisted his ankle, she was like, I don't really care if you quit. We ain't know nothing about the food poisoning though. But I think that's what he said about Sarah. Like she had really bad food poisoning, and that's why they were so far in the back, because she was taking like 20-minute bathroom breaks every few miles because like she really couldn't go. So I hate that for Sarah. I kind of read Sarah a little bit. It was like, you still in last place, girl. But she had food poisoning, so you can't really help being sick. But I just really would have loved to see what would happen without all of the MTV people there. And without giving too much of a hint away, it looks like we're going to get that 39. Now, the cast that I was sent for 39, and again, we'll talk about that more Sunday. I'm not about to pull it up today, isn't the full cast. They said they plan on adding more people. So I don't know what kind of OGs they plan on adding to this, but based on who they have right now, I'm interested in seeing how they would play the game without the OGs. And based on who they have right now, these people seem bold enough to, even if they do sprinkle a couple of OGs in the cast later on, they're going to get them up out of there. They're going to get them up and out. They ain't about to be playing around with them. So let's go through the comments. That was it. That was my 2 cents on Danny's interview. If you haven't listened to it, I know he did. He said he did multiple interviews on podcasts, but again, I don't know what podcast to tell you to go listen to. I listened to the interview that Danny did with Drew, and that's Angel Cake Entertainment. So please go listen to it. It was a really good interview. It'll definitely open your eyes and just add a little bit of flavor to what you saw on the television screen and be like, oh, okay, I get that now. I understand that now. So it really helps you understand the final. It was a really hard final based on how Danny explained it. So let's go up through the comments. I'm gonna go through y'all comments and see what we talking about, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. It's Friday night. Anybody have any cute plans for the weekend? I don't really have anything going on. If you care, I'll advertise real quick. Tomorrow, I do the panel on Kamisha reviews for Bell Collective. That'll be at noon. And then there's a new show on Stars, season 2, called Run the World. L Train, he is a Twitter friend of mine. We reviewed that last season, so we'll be back at 2 p.m. tomorrow to review Run the World. And then again, Sunday at 6 p.m., I set up the live for season 39. So we'll get into season 39 Sunday at 6. Oh yeah, that's 39. It's the theme is second chances. So it's a lot of people. You've seen them before, but a lot of people on the cast. And again, we'll get into that Sunday night. You might have only seen them once or twice. It's not OG second chances. I feel like they might throw Corey in there. They might. Finally, people who actually want to win instead of people who want to float to the end. I agree. It's some people I still don't remember, but we'll see. So far, a couple of UK and Australia challenge people are back, but the only 2 USA contestants are Michelle. Ugh. Y'all know I don't like Michelle. We're gonna get into it Sunday night. I don't like Michelle. Ugh. Anyway, Danny said that ain't no injury where he's gonna come back soon. He did say that. He said I don't expect to see Nelson for 40 either. He said Nelson ain't coming back anytime soon, but we pray for Nelson and we hope to see him again. We just don't know when. Yeah, play to win that season. Nelson, bless his soul. Nelson had the chance to win 38. I really agree. and decided to play for the future. Same for Tori. She could have been a two-time champ. And I don't understand why she wanted to give Jordan a win. The only reason I could think is that Jordan helped her get the win last season because he was stuck with Anissa. Because imagine if Jordan would have came with anybody else other than Anissa. He probably would have won 38 too. But I agree. Nelson and Norris could have ran away with season 38, especially that final, because Norris was good at puzzles and Nelson and her had good endurance and strength together. They would have ran away with 38. And you notice how that twist for season 38 only knocked them out. Nobody else went home completely. Everybody else got a chance to fight their way back in with their partner. But oh no, not Nelson and Norris. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I guarantee you, when, I don't know what number, Nelson. I don't know what number. It could be 45. But whatever number Nelson comes back, he is playing to win. I guarantee you, he gonna say F all these friendships. I need a bag. And he does need a bag. I believe, I don't know his GoFundMe, but he has a GoFundMe out there. You can only imagine the medical bills that he has. So if you can help, please help Nelson. And if you can't, please, if you believe, just send him up a prayer because he needs it. Danny, I read that one. Oh, you got Tori. How you gonna ride for KC when you know? Oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah, KC would have threw her in. Oh Lord. Oh. But you know one thing, Danny ain't poor though. Danny is an ex NFL player. Now he wasn't on no fantasy team of mine. So, I play fantasy football. So I only really know big name players that I will put on my fantasy team. I don't really dig that deep into football. But I know he got a cute check. And he still is working within an NFL. So I know he got a cute salary. So it's not like this is his only job. So yes, he would have loved another. Well, no, how much he win on USA? I think he won 250 on USA because they weren't at $1 million. I think they split 500. Another 250 would have been cute. But you know what? I think Danny will come back and get it. He also addressed the 2 seasons USA and Global with no he never had to go into elimination. And he said TJ told him nobody want to see you in elimination. And I agree. Nobody want to see Danny in elimination. So that's a good thing, Danny. People scared. Danny had Sarah and Grant. Did he have Grant? Tori had Jordan and KC. I don't think he had Grant. Did Danny have Grant like that? Because I thought Emily had Grant. I thought Danny's only true number 1 was Sarah. Ooh, and in the interview, he hates Ben. Ooh, he hates Ben. He said Ben is one of the people he never want to see ever again in life. He said, I don't have to see that man cross the street. He don't like Ben. And I can't even, my memory bad. I know Ben, is shady in the game, but he was like, I don't want to see that man again in life. He was like, F Ben. He didn't say it like that, but that's what he meant. So Danny don't fool with Ben, period. What did Ben do to Danny? Put it in the comments real quick because I don't remember. And even before Loops of Hell, he said, yep, they had to run up a waterfall. I would have loved to see the waterfall. I ain't turning down Ish for KC. I'm not turning down 10,000. I'm not turning down 2nd place, 3rd place, an appearance fee. I'm not turning down nothing for nobody because that's how you support yourself. And KC went. It doesn't really feel like a friendship alliance. It really feels like a pact where no matter who win, we all gonna help each other get to the end, and whoever win, we just all gonna break each other off something. And I feel like it should be against the rules. Or we said it before, MTV implement a second and third place prize fund. Y'all do it all the time. If you're giving away $1 million, then people could still be happy with splitting 900K, and then you leave the other 100K for second and third place to split up however y'all want to split it up. But it looks more shady when the people who win are breaking off 50 here, 38 there, however much. It looks shady because it looks like a back end payment, where if everyone knows it's going to be a second, then you be like, okay, me and all my friends just gonna get to the final and we gonna fight it out. But now it feels like everybody is taking turns. Like, I'm gonna let you get a win, we're gonna break each other off. I'm gonna let you get a win, we're gonna break each other off. That's how it feels right now, the way that they're doing it. But you know what? It ain't my TV show. But I just feel like it ruins the integrity of the game. Tori is full of it. I know she is. But you know what? Danny ain't mad at Tori, so I ain't gonna be mad either. It ain't none of my money. I just feel like it ruins the integrity of the game. It's amazing how she took help from Jordan, but wouldn't let Troy. It's amazing you willing to get the help after you see the person in the lead run all the way up the mountain and then come all the way back down it. You didn't even ask. I could see if you would have been like, oh, damn, it ain't over. They coming back down. Okay, Troy, come help me with this puzzle real quick so we could run up the mountain while they coming down the mountain. No, you waited till Jordan came all the way down the mountain and came up to you and be like, here, click, click, click. That's how you do it. That right there, when Danny said that right there, I said, yeah, she wanted Jordan to win. I guarantee you Jordan probably broke her off $50,000, $60,000, however much they agreed for him to get that win. Because now Jordan want to retire. He didn't want to retire, but he said he want to take a break. He taking a break now. Yeah, of course you want to take a break now. The game would have better. No OGs. I agree. So Danny wanted Jordan eliminated because Jordan's a threat in the final. Then when Jordan does exactly what Danny feared, it's because Tori threw the challenge. Yeah. Look, Jordan probably could have won this anyway, because like I said, they were never in the lead, especially Danny said, especially after that bicycle fear, they were never in the lead to win it anyway. But I don't feel like she gave it her all. I feel like at least be give him some competition, give him something to run for. I do feel like Tori helped him, like, made sure it wasn't close. Like, we're gonna make sure he win. We gonna bullshit as much as we can, but I don't feel like she gave 100%, and that's not fair. Now, they're 100%, maybe they still would have lost. Who knows? But she didn't give it 100%. And then, you know, Jordan is also a good player because it's not like he was without eliminations. He went into elimination. He just won his eliminations. So you can't take that away from Jordan either. I ain't saying the only reason Jordan won is because Tori didn't try. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying she ain't give it 100%. We got to give more props to Sarah and Theo. He said they worked hard and both of them were sick. They were. Did he say both of them were sick? I thought only Sarah was sick. Theo was sick too. That's my fault for not taking notes. Oh, you back, Zuda? He's not poor. I'm just saying she did a bad job. Agreed. Nelson had played to win all he wants. He can't swim. I thought Nelson learned how to swim. He can't swim. He can't do puzzles. He's bad at strategy. We're going to talk about the sick man now. Hey, Andrew. I mean, I thought Nelson learned how to swim. I mean, he ain't Emily or nothing, but I think they did say, yeah, because they had to swim with the waterfall thing. Nelson can't do, but look, All he needs is another Norris to have his back, and Nelson can win one of these. It's a shame. It's a shame. Nelson has made it to the finals plenty of times. I think he can win one. I think he really could. Did you guys? Andrew, you was late. We talking about season 39 Sunday at 6. We're gonna jump into season 39 Sunday at 6. Oh, you was talking about his ankle. Okay, yeah. Theo messed up his ankle, and Sarah had food poisoning, and we saw them had to exit the game. But that's my tea on the interview. I hope this is a good fill-in until we get some more shows to watch. There is some new shows coming out. We know the House of Villains, and the GOAT. A couple of things are on the works. I don't know when they're going to premiere, but we'll talk about those. We kind of just got to ride this out until August, until we get Big Brother and we get All Stars 2. I don't know how I feel about All Stars 2, because I feel like Twitter done already told me what's going to happen. I ain't going to spoil it for y'all, and I'm still going to review it, but I'm just not too excited about All Stars 2 because, the spoilers and subliminals on Twitter are ruthless. Like, I'm like, damn, y'all ain't even letting them people come home. Did they even come home yet? And then they done just threw All Stars 4 up in the air. They like, y'all gonna wait. We know you want it, but you gonna wait. And I can't stand y'all for that. Y'all could go ahead and put it on TV. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to end it. Again, Sunday, 6 p.m. will be season 39. I plan on reaching out to Drew because someone gave me the idea of doing my top 5 eliminations. And that sounds like something fun I can do with Drew and, ask him his top 5 eliminations. So I'm looking to reach out to Drew and see if he wants to do a challenge chat with me, get creative, come up with some content until they put the show back on TV. And I also plan on reaching out to Chantel and seeing if she wants to do some content. So I plan on hitting up some people on Twitter, coming up with some fun ideas until the show comes back. So be on the lookout. Again, I forgot to advertise tonight, but I definitely will tweet and put it on my community wall about Sunday night show. And again, all the shows. Is Beans back? I gotta call Beans too. I know Kitchen Table Talk. It will be back. It's just, that's a show. If you all don't know, Kitchen Table Talks is a Sunday night show I had with Blissfully Single Beans, where we talked about the hot topics of the week, and we pretty much just came together to be messy and shady on the internet. But it's just a really hard show to produce and put together, and I've just been so busy. You all know I just finished pledging a sorority, and then I just didn't have time. And me and Beans were going to come back a few weeks ago, but I just got busy. So it's really hard. But now that the shows are gone, I'm going to get with Beans and see when we could work together and bring the show back. So be on the lookout for Kitchen Table Talk to come back this summer as well. I definitely will advertise when we do. But yes, I'm still, me and Bing still cut up on Twitter. If you don't follow us, follow me on Twitter, Kiss My Cheeks TV. That's where everyone sends me the tea. Like, that's where I think it was Dejan and someone else sent me the tea for season 39. If you don't follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Kiss My Cheeks TV, if you see an article or something and you want me to talk about it, just DM it to me and I'm on it. I will set up a chat and we will get into it. Would love a fantasy cast for 40, especially if it could be legends and not winners. BB25, if second chance, and Survivor returning 41 through 40. Oh, I might write that down. Go through Survivor 41 through 44 and see who I would like to return. The black guy, I think the one on what season just passed? 44? The one who went home first because of high blood pressure. I think he's back for 45. And I'm just like, but is he gonna get sick again? I don't know. But I might do that. I'm gonna write that down. Bruce. Yes, Bruce is back for 45. I'm gonna write that down. For survivors, only 41 through 44. Because see, I listen to you all. I have a list. I keep a list by my computer and I write it down so I don't forget. So Survivor 41 through 44 return players. I think we already know they said Big Brother 25 isn't going to be returnees. It's going to be all new house guests. So I don't know how, but I did write down I wanted to do one of my challenge chats before August was going to be my dream format of Big Brother. And I've been thinking of different twists I would like to put into the game. You know, if I could throw out a twist, I think that would be a good idea if Big Brother would let people vote on twists they want to see in the game, or email in twists and they would take a fan's twist and implement it in the game that season. I think that would be a really cute idea. But I said I was going to do that for Big Brother 25, but I already know it's going to be all new people, so I don't want to wreck my brain on returning people because I know that's not going to happen. And I did hear, I don't know how true it is. It's not what you think, Miguel, that Survivor, not but the Challenge 40, since that's supposed to be rumored the last season on MTV. I don't believe it's going to be the last season on MTV, but I heard it's going to be all winners, not legends, but winners. I would love to see a season of winners. But then that's another thing Danny said. I'm going to write that down. Challenge winners season. Because really, legends, what makes somebody a legend? Because who I think could be a legend is really favorites. Like, who are my favorite people? Because I may think somebody a legend and then y'all could be like, but you can't dispute a winner. I lost my train of thought. Oh, Danny did point out in the show, because I think he was talking about Nelson again. He said over the past 14 seasons, did he say 10 or 12? 10 or 12 of the past 14 seasons have had the same 4 winners. And I'm assuming those 4 people are Bananas, CT, Jordan, and I can't imagine who else has been winning a lot. To me, them the only 3, Bananas, CT, or Jordan. Who else? Nobody. I'm gonna go, you know, I don't do a lot of research, but I think I'm gonna research that. I'm gonna research the past 14 seasons, who has won. Because I feel like the females have kind of switched it up. Like, we don't have the same female winners season after season after season. But I can't think of who the 4th person is. Let me see if y'all know. Oh, is it Wes? Is it Wes? What's the plan for if we reach 1,000 this summer without any shows being on? Whenever I reach the 1,000, Zuda, I'm having a party. It's gonna be a just an online party where we get on here and talk shit and celebrate 1,000. I hope we can do it, like, the sooner the better. I am working on my YouTube shorts. I'm working on getting my TikTok together because people say you got to be more active on TikTok to drive people. Like, I really am working on my social media. It's just really, it's hard. It's really hard. I wouldn't, because it would be the Vacation Alliance with Bananas, Jordan, Tori, Casey. Yeah, I don't want to do legends. I want to do winners. Yes, Jordan. So it's Wes. It's CT, Bananas, Wes, and Jordan are the 4 people who have won the past 12 seasons. I could believe it. I could believe it. And we tired. We tired. Even though of all of them, I like Wes the best, but I'm tired. We want to see some new people win. He said the other people, but I can't remember. It can't be KC because KC only won once. He said 4, but I'm going to say 3. It's really been Bananas, Jordan, and CT who has won everything probably the past 10 seasons. Like season 21 through 37. I'm going to Google seasons 21 through 37. I'm gonna have it ready for Sunday night. I want to know who all has won, and I bet you majority of those are Bananas and CT. And you do get tired of seeing the same people win. They just film, or they just finished filming USA on the 21st. Okay, I don't understand why we have to see USA. Why we can't just see All Stars 4? I don't even care about USA. But anyway, Love, Love Island UK is on. I do love Love Island. Is Love Island coming back this year on Peacock? Because I just don't want to watch the link. I'm gonna have to get used to watching a link. Maybe I can figure out how to watch the link on my phone and then flip it, like, Apple Play it to my TV. I just hate watching TV on a computer. Yes, thank you, Glenda. Please like the video and subscribe. We all tired of KC. Well, good thing she taking a break. No, I mean the people I mentioned would be on they would be on the winter season. Oh yeah, and they would all take out Cara. I agree. I think a winter season would be kind of boring because all the winners, I get what you said, all the winners are in the Friendship Alliance. I agree. Well, they'll probably bring Devin back. Oh. Zuda, you know the orders? Y'all got some good memories. Yes, Olivia and Norris are on the, I'm going to call it alleged cast. It's not the official cast yet, but I believe this cast more than others. So, but they're there. Remember, Sunday at 6. Love Island UK. I love Love Island UK. Usually with Love Island UK, whenever it starts, if I wait about 8 episodes, they'll start putting it up on Hulu. So I will watch Love Island UK. It's just hard for me to review because by the time it come on Hulu, I'm already 8 episodes behind. So I usually just tweet about it, but it's hard to review because it's not in real time. But I will review Love Island USA when they put it on Peacock. Last season, I was voting and everything. I really liked last season. I was really upset to hear how Timmy did Zeta. They need to have a spinoff because I want Zeta to find love. Put her back on. I was watching the other day with a friend and it was hilarious. Oh. There will be a Love Island spinoff with America, Australia, and UK, but a competition show. I'm here for it because they done kicked them out of USA. They won't even let them come on the USA challenge no more. So I'm here for it. Exactly. I feel the winners don't work with the challenge. Yeah, it would be a regular ass season. It would be very boring. It would be very boring. Love Island is hard to review. It's a ton of episodes. It's come on every damn day of the week. Except for what is it? Friday. Friday be a little recap, but it comes on every damn day of the week. But I love Love Island because it is messy. And I get to vote. I got excited last year with the votes. Ashley, CT, and Turbo will fuck with Cara on the champ season. You think so? I thought CT and Cara. Oh, you mean in a good way? Okay, yeah. Yes, I agree. And that's really all you need. That it depends because would they cast Ashley and Turbo? They would probably cast CT. And he would be cool with Cara, but would he put his game on the line for Cara? I don't know. I feel winners can work for Big Brother and Survivor, but with the challenge bringing everyone back for 20 seasons out of 40, who cares? Especially if they probably don't have enough people. They probably have to dig all the way back to when they had teams to pull out enough winners, because in the recent season, it's been the same people winning. I agree. Let's not do winners. Let's do legends. But then I don't trust MTV to cast legends. Just just cast 40 people. You know how they did Dirty 30 with 30. Just do the Dirty 40 and put 40 people in the house and let's just have a free for all. Let's fight it out. Would you ever do a Survivor winner ranking based on who you believe played the best game. I know there are too many to and too much to remember, but just an idea. I'll write it down. You know, we have about 8 weeks of content to come up with. Survivor winners ranked on who I think played the best. The only thing that would be hard because my memory is bad. Like I will probably remember everybody once I see them, but I don't remember. Like if I got to go back to like the first 20, even 30 seasons and remember how they played and won, I'm probably not gonna remember. But I know who I like. I could rank them based on who I like the best. Yep. Oh, Josh got dropped for 39. He wasn't on my list, no way. The list I have didn't have Josh on it, so but I would have liked to see Josh play again. Well, with Legends, we could at least get Cam. Maybe Leroy might unretire. You know, he done put his toe in All Stars. Maybe he might unretire. I don't know. I feel like as long as Leroy is playing with bananas, he never gonna win. Because Leroy always got his friends back, but his friend don't never have his. And I said it. But anyway, y'all, it's a good hour. I'm about to finish sipping my Moscato and enjoy my Friday night because I have some TV shows to watch for my panels tomorrow morning. So I hope you all can join me. Kamisha Reviews at noon, my channel at 2, and then Sunday at 6. Josh is bland, but I liked him. He wasn't that bland. He was fooling around with Amanda. Well, imagine if Josh and Amanda were on the same season. Would they rekindle their connection? If they both still single. We'll see. Maybe for 40. That would be cute. Let's just go ahead and do an exes again and put Josh and Amanda as partners. It was Amanda he was fooling with, right? Yeah. I agree, Dan. At least give us somebody to look at on the TV screen. But anyway, y'all, I don't never know how to get off of here because I stay talking. But anyway, I'm going to see y'all Sunday at 6. Like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. Have a safe weekend. Have a fun weekend, but be safe. And I will see y'all later. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.